You can memorize like 10,000 English vocabulary words, but then the second you actually try to speak, your brain just treats those words like a physical threat.
Yeah, it's wild. Your throat just totally tightens up.
Exactly. And your mind goes completely blank and the language just vanishes. So today we're doing a deep dive into an excerpt from the English with Ava series to unpack, well, why that freeze happens.
Right. And our mission here is to really extract the core steps to fast track your confidence, so you can actually stop staying silent.
Right, because it's just so frustrating to have all that knowledge, all the ingredients, but you're just too afraid of burning the food to even turn on the stove.
That is a perfect analogy. And the core diagnosis from the source material is really fascinating because it shifts the blame entirely away from your intellect.
Oh, right. It's not a lack of English knowledge at all.
No, not at all. When you freeze, you aren't failing a vocab test. You are experiencing an amygdala hijack.
Wait, an amygdala hijack. So it's literally a physiological response.
Exactly. The fear of making a mistake in front of another person, it spikes your cortisol. And that stress hormone literally blocks your cognitive ability to access the words you already have stored in your memory.
Wow. So it's like trying to type in a really complex computer password while someone is actively shouting at you.
Yes, the data is sitting right there on the hard drive, but your system's processing power is just entirely consumed by the perceived social threat.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
Yeah, and this is why the traditional advice of, just get out there and speak is honestly terrible for people who struggle with shyness.
I was actually going to bring that up. Like if someone is completely paralyzed by shyness, isn't telling them to just jump in a massive leap.
It's way too big of a leap. I mean, if your nervous system is already overwhelmed, throwing yourself into a live conversation just reinforces the trauma.
Right. So how do we bypass that without totally overwhelming the nervous system?
So the source outlines a much safer progression, and it starts with total isolation.
Like being completely alone.
Yeah, completely alone. Ava suggests talking to yourself in front of a mirror or recording a voice memo using just tiny elementary sentences.
Oh, like just saying, I am learning English.
Exactly. By removing the audience, you completely remove the social evaluation. You're letting your brain process the language without triggering that alarm system.
Right. You're proving to your nervous system that making these new sounds doesn't result in, social exile.
Exactly. And from there, the focus shifts entirely to consistency over intensity. The recommendation is just 5 to 10 minutes of speaking out loud each day.
Wait, really? Just 5 minutes? That sounds incredibly short for learning a language.
It does, but you aren't actually trying to learn complex new grammar in that window. You are simply habituating your vocal cords and your nervous system to the physical, muscular act of producing English.
Oh, I see. You're just building a baseline of safety.
Right. You're moving the language from just declarative knowledge, knowing the rules, into actual motor function. But theirs is a massive trap here that the source highlights.
Oh, what's the trap?
Comparison. I mean, if you start measuring your progress against someone who has been speaking for 3 years, you instantly shift your brain's focus from communication back to performance.
Oh, and the second your brain thinks it's being evaluated,
The cortisol spikes again.
right, and the password gets locked away, it completely undoes all that safety you just built in the mirror.
Exactly. Which is why the source issues a very specific challenge. Speak 3 simple sentences about yourself out loud right now.
Right after hearing this advice.
Yep. Just an immediate micro exposure.
Right, because by taking that action right now, in the safety of wherever you're listening, you give your brain instant proof that speaking doesn't result in harm.
Exactly. The only way to break the cycle of silence is to create a new feedback loop, where mistakes are just harmless data.
Not personal failures.
Mm.
So let's distill this down for you. Overcoming language paralysis isn't about studying harder. It's about bypassing your threat response. You isolate yourself, start really small, don't compare yourself, and just speak a little bit every single day.
Which leaves us with a pretty compelling, broader question to consider.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if dedicating just 5 minutes a day to stumbling through mistakes in a mirror can completely rewire your brain's confidence in a new language,
Yeah.
how might this exact same framework help you conquer the other terrifying hurdles in your life?